So this morning, just take a look at this view. Hi Stephen, good to see you. Bernard, or is that Bernard? Unemployed expat, great to see you. So Brad as well, if you want to put up the details of the chat this evening, please go ahead. But look, let's see where we are here first. So first ramble of the new year. Heard that the UK's gone back down into lockdown, total lockdown for 6 weeks. So I'm here with you, and as long as you're following me, I will be out rambling Tuesdays and Thursdays. Bring your friends along. Let's create a really good community to get you through these 6 weeks. So I'll be here Tuesday, Thursday, every weekday, and bring your friends along. Let's get lots of people up in the vineyards looking at this wonderful, wonderful view here. So, right, stop rambling. Over there, can you see right in the background? That's the snow-capped mountains. Oh, thanks, Nikki. Yeah, very depressing, but I'll cheer you up. I will cheer you up. So I will be here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and I was thinking about doing a Saturday. Would anybody fancy perhaps a little later Saturday morning ramble too? So we could do Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday morning. Let me know what you think. So in the background here, the snow-capped mountains of the Pyrenees. That's the Canigou, for those of you who know. So it's just the foothills of the Canigou. It's absolutely freezing, by the way. It's 1 degree. Could be worse because there's no wind, but my fingers are like freezing off here. Hi, Sandra. And panning around, you can see, you can't see much because it's a bit dark, but Paziol in the foreground. The little tiny village of Paziol, where I used to live. We all know the phrase, vous êtes de Paziol, are you from Paziol? And then behind that is a tower of Totevelle. So for those of you into history and cavemen, I recommend highly, when you can, a visit to Totevelle. Panning around, the sun must just be behind those clouds. That's looking straight over to the Mediterranean. So the Mediterranean behind the Rocher de Vangros. And then panning around, we've got, there's actually somebody pruning in the foreground. That's not our vineyard, that's somebody, I don't know who it is actually, somebody pruning here. Oops. And then behind that we've got the village of, we all know how to say this, Tuchan. Tuchan, so two, like number 2, and Chon, and that's the village where I live. So it's 900 people. No, it's not, it's 800, I always get it wrong. 800 people here, just nestling there. Behind that is Narbonne. So the town of Narbonne in the background. And then if we pan around, you can just pick out my Diane. She had a bit of trouble starting this morning. I had to get Jean Marc to start her. She was a bit chilly. And then panning around, we've got the pickup. And then the Toche Mountain. So the wonderful Toche Mountain, which rises to 917 metres. It's actually 4 kilometres long and half a kilometre wide. So a fantastic limestone massif here behind the village of Tuchan. So this morning I thought I would, even given the circumstances, I was going to say Happy New Year, and I'm going to say it in French too, Bonne année. Bonne année, everybody. And just to help you pronounce that, for Bonne année, so it's bon, like bon appetit, bon appetit, bon, a, like a, bon, a, and then neigh, like a horse. So bon, a, almost forgot then, bon, a, neigh, bonne année. Sort of sounds like bonne année. Can I hear you doing that? I can all see it. So let's go and see who's over here, and then we can all say bonne année to Jean Marc. Bonne année. And so we're in a vineyard up here. Oh, I forgot my tea towel. That's a good start to this year. Forgot my tea towel. But we're actually in a vineyard called La Caune. If anybody's got bonne année, Brad. If anybody's got their tea towel, have a look at a vineyard called La Caune. That's easy to say. It's like a cow and then N on the end. La Caune. And I thought I'd, this morning, just catch up with Jean Marc and Michelle, because Jean Marc's got a new toy. Oh, and my fingers are freezing off, so I hope, be careful. Whoops. Just let them manoeuvre. But Jean Marc over the holidays. Here's Jean Marc and Michel. Bonne année! Oops. A bit jerky there from Michel. And that's what we're going to be looking at in a minute. Shall I get out? Attends. Je me mets. Voilà, que je gêne pas. Bonne année, Jean Marc! Bonne année! Et bonne santé!
Merci.
So here we are in the Caune vineyard. Ça va, Jean Marc?
Ouais, ça va.
Oh, attends. Ouais, ça va?
Ouais.
Bah, super.
Dis ce que ça veut dire la Caune?
No. So Jean Marc's just reminding me what I was going to tell you about. Oh, let's have a look at this first, perhaps, while we're here. So we're in the Caune. It's a Syrah, great variety. And this is Jean Marc's new machine. Donc, tu sais quoi que c'est exactement? Il fait quoi là, Michel? So just check what Michel's doing.
En fait, le sol est un peu trop compacté.
So the soil's a little bit too compact. This was from the soil analysis, if you remember when we dug the holes in the soil. So we found out the soils are quite compact.
Voilà. Quand on avait fait les fosses, on avait trouvé que certains sols avaient des couches qui étaient trop dures.
Ouais.
Donc on passe une dent qui rentre environ à 50 cm.
So what we're doing is just ploughing with one, I'm going to call it a tooth because in French it's a dong. So a dong is a tooth. One tooth.
Au centre de la...
In the middle of the row, au centre de la rangée.
Pour ne pas couper les grosses racines.
Yeah, because what we don't want to cut, obviously, the roots on the Syrah vines. So that's why it's right in the centre and it goes down 50 centimetres, ça?
Ouais, ouais.
And it's about 50 centimetres deep. But you can see it really churns up. Here, if we... and here, it really churns up the soil. And then, so that, ça aide à décompacter, c'est ça?
Voilà, c'est pour éclater le sous-sol et on va couper les petites racines qui sont au centre.
So it really helps to get the subsoils broken up and also enlever les racines au milieu.
Couper les petites racines au milieu en hiver pour qu'ensuite au printemps ça refasse d'autres petites
okay, and it helps racines. To break up the small little tiny roots in the middle there so that when the spring comes they can grow some more roots. Didn't quite get that. But, so voilà. Et just looking at these vines, Jean Marc, si je regarde les vignes, to me they look a bit dead actually. Are they dead?
Non, c'est normal en hiver.
Oh, it's normal that they look. It looks like on dirait qu'il se passe pas grand chose en fait.
C'est le repos végétatif.
Oh, it's having a vegetative sleep. Oh, that sounds really nice. I could do with a bit of vegetative sleep.
C'est comme moi en hiver, on dort.
Yeah, you sleep as well and Roger too. Roger sleeps in the winter. It's quite difficult to get Roger out of bed in the winter. So yeah, so they're in a vegetative state, I think. I don't know if that's the word. And they actually look like they're not doing much, but apparently the roots are... Et les racines font quelque chose? Before I say something silly.
Là maintenant, non.
Oh no, even the roots aren't doing much either. So they're in their big sleep time for the vines, and that's when it's good to get out, do this ploughing, and to do the pruning as well. Obviously, it's better if they're asleep.
Alors là maintenant, les travaux à la vigne, on va dire c'est principalement la
Dormant,
taille.
that's the word.
Alors on a...
Oh yeah, what work are we doing in the winter? So principally pruning. Et on a presque fini la taille? Have we almost finished pruning? No.
Normalement, on va finir au fin mars.
Oh, we're going to finish at the end of March. Okay, so et combien de personnes on a qui taille? How many people we've got pruning at the moment?
The person don't work, everybody don't prune every day.
Okay.
And they are normally 3 person who are pruning.
So we've got 3 people pruning.
But not every day.
Not every day.
Today, Michel is...
So Michel's obviously not pruning today because he's... Comment ça s'appelle ce qu'il fait là?
Décompact.
Oh, he decompact. I thought that would be some technical word, but he's decompacting Michel today. And so he's gone right over there. Et à part la taille...
Oui, on va, dans le mois de janvier, on va fertiliser. On va mettre des amendements organiques.
So in January, we're going to be adding a bit of organic fertilizer to some of the vines. Tous les vignes ou non?
Oui,
on sélectionne? Oh yeah, all of the vines.
Mais avec différents
but we're careful where we put it with different types of process, which actually somebody did ask what happened about the soil analysis and what have you learnt. Well, actually Jean Marc's having a debriefing, I think it's next week, so they've done the analysis, and so I'll be able to tell you more, and we'll be able to tell you what work in the vineyard they've recommended that we do once we've got those analyses back.
On a eu les analyses de sol. J'ai pas encore le résultat des analyses de Syrah, mais déjà aux analyses de sol, bon, je le savais, mais on voit que les sols sont pauvres. C'est pas très riche.
So no big surprise there. So apparently we've already got the soil analysis back, and no big surprise that they are really poor, infertile soils, which
cailloux,
vines absolutely love.
Et pas beaucoup de matière fertilisante. C'est pour ça qu'on a des faibles rendements.
So that keeps, sorry I keep butting it, that keeps the yields really low because they're stony soils, but they're perfect soil, or they're good soils for vines to keep the yields low and the concentration in the grapes and in the wine. So the soils are good, but we want to make them better. Ils sont bons, mais ils sont bons parce qu'ils sont pauvres, hein, donc c'est bien pour la vigne, mais nous on veut les améliorer encore.
Il faut toujours trouver l'équilibre, il ne faut pas que les sols soient trop...
We need to get the balance there, in there.
Il faut que le végétal trouve un équilibre.
Yeah, so we need to get a balance back into the topsoil of the vines and make sure that it's actually going into the vines. So that's why we've analysed the branches of the vines too, to see what nutrients the vine is actually picking up, and it's those results that we're going to get next week. I think I've got that right. If anybody has any questions, Ewan, morning Ewan, bonne année. He says we are décompacté et décontracté.
Yeah.
It is, that sums it up perfectly. We're always décontracté.
Caune, en fait.
Oh yes, and the Caune. So who's got the tea towel out? Anybody got your tea towels out? Hi Rob from Abergavenny. Yeah, let's go and have a look over here. So we can look at the soil, and just the name of the vineyard is La Caune. So it's like a cow, moo, with an N on the end, Caune. And that actually means a cave. Donc ça veut dire la grotte, la Caune.
En fait, la montagne du Tuchan, c'est un massif calcaire.
So we've got, yeah.
Et dans ce calcaire, en fait, il y a des grottes, des trous. Et donc, dans le ruisseau qui est juste au-dessus, à 500 mètres au-dessus, donc il y a une grotte.
So just up there, there's a cave, apparently. Perhaps we could go and visit the cave one day. On pourrait y aller, pas maintenant, mais un jour.
Je me rappelle, une des dernières fois où j'y suis allé, on était gamins. Et donc on s'amusait à aller dans les grottes. Et en fait, je sais pas, il devait y avoir des animaux qui vivaient là. Et en fait, c'était infesté de puces. Donc, lorsqu'on est sorti, on était noir de puces. On s'était déshabillé pour sortir toutes les puces qui étaient sur nous.
So last time Jean Marc went to the grot, the cave or the Caune, he was a child basically, but he remembers it really well because there must have been animals living in the cave, and he came out and he was absolutely covered with fleas from head to toe, so completely covered in fleas. He had to take all his clothes off. So there are 3 or 4 of them, little boys I imagine, like being cheeky and going up to the cave, and got covered in fleas and then had to take all their clothes off. Après tu t'es réhabillé quand même.
Après oui, c'était sorti les puces.
But they're just to get rid of the fleas. Flea bag Jean Marc. Right, so perhaps we don't want to go to the Caune to visit it. Peut-être on veut pas y aller en fait à la Caune. So here, the sun's coming up. This is a good cut of the soil. So we can see that there's lots of stones, so limestone stones. Or any questions you might have, put them in the question box. D'accord, c'était pour voir ça. Yeah, this is just to show you how stony the soils are. So this is like where Jean Marc cut out the vineyard. And so the roots have to find their way between these rocks here. So...
Voilà, ça c'est un peu la coupe de ce sol.
Yes, that's it, the cut of the soil. Excellent. Okay, let me just have a quick look at the questions. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to be here. Right, as I mentioned, we've heard that the UK has gone back down into a 6-week lockdown. So I'm going to be here every Tuesday and Thursday morning, and a Saturday. I'm going to do a Saturday one. It's up to you to tell me what time you would like me to do it on the Saturday, but we will be here. And I was suggesting bring your friends along, bring more people along, so that we can have a good visit of my vineyards and help you through this difficult time. So that will be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and a Saturday morning or afternoon one. So let me know what you think. Yeah, 6 weeks, 9 o'clock. That's one suggestion. So Nikki, thanks for that question. I've just answered it. What does La Caune mean? So who knows, what does La Caune mean? Let's see if anybody was listening to my ramblings this morning. And I think that's it from us here. So I'll take a look back at your answers and I'll get back to you on the Saturday morning one. My fingers are dropping off here. It's about 1 degree. And Jean Marc, it was actually Jean Marc who planted this vineyard after there were some big floods in 1999. And Jean Marc lost a couple of his vineyards. And so he planted higher up here. So he's planted about 1.5 hectares of Syrah, which is up here. And he planted it following the contours of the Montage, which is quite unusual. C'est pas très commun, non, que les gens y suivent les contours des... No, so it's quite unusual to actually follow the contours of the mountains. Normally, comment ils planteront normalement les gens?
On peut choisir de tout niveler, mais ça veut dire que tu respectes pas les couches au niveau du sol, que tu détruis quelque part le sol naturel.
So he really wanted to keep the natural. So what people might do is just fill in to make it flat. So they would make a big flat vineyard, whereas Jean Marc really loved the contours in this vine. And so the rows actually sort of go hug the contours of the Montage. I could do with a hug actually at the moment. I'm so cold. This will be our huggy vineyard. So let's just catch up with Michelle again, have one more look at the dent or the tooth on the back of the tractor, which is decompacting. And the sun, let's just have a look at this view here. The sun is just rising over here. Oh, if anybody wants a bit of sunshine. Here we go. And I'll see you all tonight at 8 o'clock UK time with Brad. So myself and Jean Marc are going to be on Brad's Wine Time London this evening on Instagram. Oh, come on, sun. Oh, hurry up. Jean Marc's pushing me in this direction. Gentle nudge. And we'll just wait for him. On attend là-bas. It's just, it's so cold. I'm so glad it's not windy. I tell you, I don't know what the weather was like with you over Christmas, but here it was bitterly cold. It was like this, but the wind was 100 kilometers an hour. So we had a sort of a sofa Christmas this year and New Year. Right, let's just have one more look at Michelle. And then I'm going to be back on Thursday. And I was saying, bring your friends along. Let's get a lovely, lots of people in my vineyards over this lockdown. Oops, just walked into... So, bon année, Michelle. Stop looking at Michelle. And then here we have the don, instead of like, c'est le don de la vigne. So, oops, I missed it. So, in French, les dents de la mer is Jaws, the film, les dents de la mer, the teeth of the sea, and this is like the teeth of the vineyard, les dents de la vigne. And on that note, I think that's it from us. So, thanks very much, everybody. Bye, Jean Marc.
Bye.
I think it's coffee time, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. And I'm back off down into Tuchan, and I will see you now on Thursday. So thanks everybody, and have well, it's a bad start to 2021, but it is going to get better. It can only get better. There's always sunshine after the rain.